Hi there. I want to share with you what I learned from Red Garland. This comes from his solo on Straight No Chaser, and it's found on the Miles Davis album Milestones. So in that solo, he plays this line over a 2-5-1 progression. He says, I'll play that again. The big lesson that I learned is that you can go from a dominant seventh scale into its tritone. So let's take C7 for instance. This is the C dominant seventh scale. The tritone of C is F sharp. So this is the F sharp dominant seventh scale. When we're improvising, we should be able to go from a C7 scale into an F sharp 7 scale. Bebop players do this sort of thing all the time, and you often hear things like or even I think I once heard Bud Powell play something very similar to that. So I am playing a C dominant 7th scale and then going into an F sharp dominant 7th scale. In Red Garland's line, he starts on the 5th of C and he simply goes up the C7 scale. He plays, so starting on the 5th of C, he just goes, and then he does something interesting. He plays the chord that's found on the 2nd degree of C. So he plays. Now, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, there are chords that are found on every degree of the scale. So from this C dominant 7th scale, here's the chord that's found on the 1st degree, and the 2nd degree, and the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. So Red is playing the chord that's found on the 2nd degree of the scale, but he's playing it up here. So he goes up the scale, plays the chord that's found on the 2nd degree of the scale, and then immediately goes into the F sharp 7 scale. He almost plays the entire scale going down. He just skips the root of F sharp. So he plays. That's an F sharp 7 scale. So he goes. F sharp 7. Now there's a little bit of embellishment in that F sharp 7 scale. So instead of simply just going, he goes. But he does it quickly. So those are all notes from an F sharp 7 scale. After this, he goes to an F major scale, goes down the scale. So now I've got and finally he plays 2 approach notes that will take him to the 3rd of F. So now the whole lick Oh, actually, he ends with the sixth. Here it is again. So I hope you can use this information to explore and experiment with dominant 7 scales going into their tritone, and I'm very interested in hearing the stuff that you can come up with. So happy practicing, and I'll see you next time.